Welcome class 9th in your 7th online session. So in the last class we had discussed about the various we have discussed about various plant tissues, and today we will discuss one of the major plant tissue, that is complex permanent tissue. That is complex permanent tissue. So complex permanent, why they are called as complex? As you all are familiar, like if we are going to discuss about parenchyma, sclerenchyma or collenchyma cells, tissues, then they are made up of only one type of cells. That is why they are called as simple tissue. Now we are going to discuss about complex tissue. As the name indicate, complex tissues are made up of many type of cells. They are made up of more than one type of cells, and all these cells coordinate to perform a common function. So why they are complex? Because they are made up of more than one type of cells. That is why they are known as complex tissue. They are called as complex tissues. Complex tissues. All these cells coordinate together to perform a common type of function. So in plants, two complex tissues are found. This is xylem, another one is phloem. Two type of tissues are present. These are the examples of complex tissues in plant. They are known as xylem and phloem. They both are known as conductive tissues. They both are known as conductive tissues. Conductive tissues means the tissue which allow to move allow to carry some of the food or water into various parts of the plant body. That is why they allow the flow of food and water and mineral to various parts of the plant body. That is why they are called as conductive tissues. Conductive means which allow flow. Clear? Okay. Now, xylem and phloem together, they form a structure that is called as vascular bundle. That is called as vascular bundle. And vascular tissues is a distinctive feature of terrestrial plant, because terrestrial plant which grow on the land, they are called as terrestrial plant. So terrestrial plants, in the terrestrial plants, these vascular bundles are present. This is the structure. This is the cross section of the stem of a plant, and you can see these are the which are arranged in a circular manner. These structures are the vascular bundle. These are known as vascular bundle. So this is the structure of one vascular bundle. So you can see various structures over here. This is epidermis, and this is this particular location, this is cortex, and these are the vascular bundle inside it. In these vascular bundle, this one is the phloem, this is the cambium, and this one is known as, these are known as xylem. So this is the structure of the vascular bundle. Now it comes to the next topic, how these xylem and phloem looks like. So before discussing about how they looks like, I want to discuss one of the topic, that these vascular bundle, xylem and phloem tissue, they work as a transport system in the plant body. Xylem and phloem both work as a transport system in the plant body. So xylem is the water transport system. It is responsible to transport the water which is absorbed by the roots to various parts of the plant, especially in leaves, because leaves in the presence of, with the help of water, in presence of sunlight and CO2, it prepare its food by the process of photosynthesis. So for the photosynthesis, water is also required, and this water is absorbed by roots of the plants, and from the root, xylem is responsible to take this particular water, to conduct this water from the root to leaves for the process of photosynthesis. So here this is the structure of xylem. This particular structure is of xylem, and this is the structure of phloem. So xylem is responsible for water transport, and when the water is received by the leaves, because leaves are having abundance of chloroplast in them, the green color pigment, and you, with the help of this green color pigment, in presence of water, CO2 and carbon dioxide, leaves prepare food, and this food is then transported to various parts of the plant with the help of which tissue? With the help of phloem tissue. Which tissue? Phloem tissue. So this phloem tissue carry the food prepared by the leaves to the root and other various parts of the plants. Other various parts of the plants, like you can think the part of the plant which are where newly leaves are growing. As the new leaves are rising, so there is lack of chloroplast. There is, as new leaves are rising, there is lack of chloroplast. Chloroplast is little bit lesser, so they could not make the food which is enough for their growth. So from where they get the energy, from where they get the food to make to grow properly, the leaves which are mature, which have abundance of chloroplast, they prepare food, and this food with the help of phloem is the food transport system of the plant body. So phloem transport that particular food to that newly developed leaves, as well as to other parts, as well as to the roots also. So xylem is water transport system, and the phloem is food transport system of the plant body. And xylem works only in upward direction. The water which is absorbed by the root is further carried with the help of xylem upward to the leaves, whereas the transportation of the phloem is bidirectional. It transports the food to the roots as well as to the various other parts of the plant. Now it comes to the, as xylem and phloem, you have seen this is very complex structure of xylem and phloem. So now we will discuss the various types of complex tissue. What are their category? So their categories are, the complex tissues are divided into two categories. The first one is xylem and another one is phloem. So xylem is further divided into, xylem is having three types of cells in it. First is tracheids, next is vessels, next is xylem parenchyma, and next one is xylem fibers. We will discuss in this chapter, in this session only, but see the various type of cells which are present in phloem. The next complex tissue is phloem, and phloem is having the cells as, first one is sieve tubes, second companion cell, phloem parenchyma, and the next one is phloem fibers. So these are the various types of cells which are present in xylem as well as in phloem. Now we will discuss about the water transport system, that is xylem. So as we are going to discuss about xylem, The xylem is a conductive tissue, which I told you before. It is a conductive tissue, and this tissue is responsible for conduction of water. Conduction means flow. Conduction carry out. ठीक है, तो xylem is responsible for the conduction of water. So this is called as a conductive tissue. This is called, xylem is known as a conductive tissue, and it is responsible for the transportation of the water to various parts of the plant body, and it helps to various parts of the plant body or to the leaves. And where leaves in presence of water, it perform by the process of photosynthesis, it prepare food in presence of carbon dioxide and sunlight. Carbon dioxide and sunlight. Now, the xylem is having various types of cells. As you all know, xylem is having various types of cells. So these cells are one more thing I want to tell you, that xylem transport water as well as the minerals which is absorbed by the roots. Now it comes to the xylem is made up of more than one cells, as we have discussed earlier in this session only. They are one type of cells, and they are made up of simple permanent cells that coordinate to perform the common function. Common function means the transportation of the water. So this is the structure of a xylem tissue. You can see here. So xylem tissue are having various cells, like this is xylem vacuole. This is vacuole over here. Vessels, you can say vessels over here. These are the xylem fibers, and these are simple cambium cells, and these are the tracheids, and these are the trachea. This is the structure of xylem and phloem together. Now we will see the structure of xylem. Xylem parenchyma is a living parenchymatous cell, parenchyma cell. These cells are living. So these have their cell walls, intercellular space, a large vacuole within it, which is centrally located. And these vacuoles store food as well as water. So xylem parenchyma are the living cells. Now, next one cell is tracheids. Tracheids are the dead cells. Actually, when xylem parenchyma finally dead, when xylem parenchyma die, then they forms the another cell that is called as trachea. That is called as trachea, and these trachea helps in transport of the water to the absorbed by the roots to the leaves. And you can see here in the tracheids, there are few pores in it. These are few pores in it. So water moves from these pores, and gradually it moves upward, and water reaches to the leaves. Now the next type of cell, is which is present in xylem, that is called as vessels. These are the vessels present. Vessels are also dead cells. Vessels are dead cells. These vessels have thick lignified cell walls. These are the lignified cell walls, thick. Because of the deposition of the lignin, their cell wall become very thickened. And they also give the mechanical support and also conduct the water and mineral to various parts of the plant body. Now it comes the next cell which is present in xylem is xylem fibers. The xylem fibers, these are the dead cells. As they are dead, so there is no protoplasm, no cell organelles are present here, and they have very thick wall due to the deposition of the lignin. And as they are very dead cells, they are dead cells, so they provide the mechanical support to the plant body. They provide mechanical support to the plant body. One more thing I want to tell you, beta. That is what these are the tracheids and tracheas which are present in the vascular bundle in the xylem tissue. These tracheids and trachea are of two types. One is, that is tracheids. Tracheids are having comparatively thick cell wall due to because of the deposition of the lignin. So the space between the tracheids become narrow, whereas some cells are trachea, and trachea are having comparatively thin walls. There is the deposition of the lignin, but very thin. So the space through which the water can be transported is very wide. So tracheids and trachea together, they make the tracheary element. Together they make the tracheary element. Now it comes to next point. The next point is vessels are clear to you. Now the next, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers. Xylem fibers are the dead cell as I already told you, and they are sclerenchyma cells. Basically, the xylem tissue is made up of two types of cell, parenchyma cells and the sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma are the cells which are dead cells, and they provide, because of the deposition of the lignin, they are having very thick cell wall. As they are dead, no cell organelle are present, so they provide mechanical support to the plant body. Okay, this is the structure of the xylem fiber, or you can say sclerenchyma. Now it comes to another tissue. This is the phloem. Phloem, it is also conductive tissue because it have to transport the food prepared by the leaves to various parts of the plant. And a specialty is what? Phloem is present at the periphery of the vascular bundle. It is present on the outer side of the vascular bundle. Phloem transport food prepared by the leaves to the root and other parts of the plant. Other parts means the growing region where new leaves are arising, new branches are arising, or the birds are present, or the fruits are present. So there this particular food is transported by the phloem. Phloem transport the food in both direction, as xylem transport only upward direction, but the phloem transport the food in both direction to the root as well as to various other parts of the plant body. The phloem is made up of more than one type of simple permanent cells. So these cells coordinate together to perform the common function. You can see here both the structures are same, but I have given you one black and white, another one is colored. So this particular cell is here, which is present. You can see few pores are present here. As you must know, this is the structure similar to that one, the lotus stem. That is a vegetable you eat, na? So these are few pores present on its end, both ends of the cells, and because these pores are present, so it looks like a sieve, एक छलनी की तरह sieve, ठीक है? It looks like a sieve. That is why it is called as sieve plate or the sieve cells. And these are the cells which are known as companion cells. These are known as companion cells. This one, these are known as companion cells. and at the end these are the few cells which are present and looking like live cells. These are parenchyma, phloem parenchyma. Most of the cells of the phloem parenchyma are living cells. Either that is a sieve cell, or you can say the companion cell, or you can say the phloem parenchyma. They all are living cells. They all are living cells. So phloem is made up of four types of cell, that is sieve cells and companion cells and phloem parenchyma, and one more, that is phloem fibers. So sieve cells, phloem parenchyma and companion cells, these three types of cells are living cells of the phloem, whereas phloem fibers are dead cells. Okay, now we come to phloem parenchyma. As I told you, these are the living cells. These cells have thin cell wall. You can see these cells have thin cell wall and intercellular space. And intercellular space means the space between two cells. Space between two cells. And centrally located a large vacuole is also present here. And this vacuole is used to store the food. So phloem parenchyma have a large centrally located vacuole which is used to store the food, and the phloem parenchyma is also having another type of cells. These are known as sieve cells. Sieve cells, as the name indicate, they are living and tabular cells. They are living and tabular cell. They are elongated tube-like structure and placed end to end to make a continuous path to transport food. As the pipelines we join together for the water transport in our house, same way these sieve cells are arranged to form end to end, joined end to form a continuous path, and through this continuous path the food is transported to various parts. And because of their ends, they are having a sieve like structure. Their end wall are having or perforated look like sieve, and that is why they are called as sieve plates. It is called as sieve plates. That is why these are called as sieve tubes. These are known as sieve tubes. They transport food to root and other part of the plants. So here this is longitudinal section of sieve cells. You can see these are the pores. You can see these are the pores here through which the food can be flowed out, conducted. Food can be flowed out. So sieve cells are used to transport the food items, and these are the companion cells. These are also living cell. The prominent structure is nucleus over here, and this particular where the pores are present in the sieve cells, this is called as sieve plate. This is called as sieve plate, and this is sieve tube element. Sieve tube element is present. The now next one is companion cell, which you have seen in this longitudinal section. The companion cells are the thin walled cells, and they have active cytoplasm. As they have active cytoplasm means they are living cells. They are known as living cells, and they helps the sieve tubes in translocation of food. They helps in the sieve tubes in the translocation of the food. And now the next one is your next type of cell is, which is present in the phloem tissue, is phloem fibers. Phloem fibers. These phloem fibers are the dead cells. As I told you, only this particular cell in the phloem tissue is dead cell. Otherwise, all are living. They are made up of dead thick wall sclerenchyma cells. As they are dead cell, so they give mechanical support. You are all know the jute plant. Have you studied about jute, which provide us jute fiber to prepare to make the bags and mattresses and the doormats, etc. So these phloem fibers are the bast fiber of the jute, which is extracted from the jute plant or the jute stem. So jute fibers are known as bast fibers. So these are the various types of tissues which you have studied. Now again I'm telling you that the complex tissues are of two types, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem is made up of four types of cells, that is tracheids and trachea, which join together form tracheary element. And from where the tracheids are formed? The xylem parenchyma, when they worn out, then when they die, the design that they make the tracheids and the trachea. And what is the difference between the tracheids and the trachea? The tracheids are thick cell wall cells which are thick. Their cell wall are thick because of the deposition of lignin. Whereas, so the passage of the transportation is very narrow because of the thick cell wall. Whereas in trachea, they are having thin cell wall. Even the deposition of lignin is also present here, but they have thin cell walls. So as the thin cell wall is present, so the passage is very wide. Clear? And the next one is vessels, and the next one is xylem parenchyma, and the last one is xylem fibers. Xylem fiber also provide the mechanical support to the plant body. And the next tissue, complex tissue, is phloem. Phloem is made up of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. And where sieve tubes, companion cells and phloem parenchyma, they all are living cell, whereas the phloem fibers are non-living. The example of phloem fiber are what? That is the bast fiber of which one? The jute plant. Bast fiber of jute plant. As I told you here, I have shown you the structure of this one. This is the bast fiber of that is jute plant. Is it clear, beta? So review this particular video and try to understand all the topics. Note down the complete notes with their diagrams. They are the extracted portion. Actually, this you have to learn. And one more thing at the end I want to discuss. This is xylem. I have shown you this is structure before. This is xylem, and as I told you, the xylem is made up of various cells, various types of cells as tracheids, trachea, and the xylem parenchyma and the xylem fibers. So one structure I want to discuss here, that is present. This structure where some of the spiral structures, some dotted structures are present over here. So this is called as these are the tracheids. These are the tracheids, and the because of the deposition of the lignin in tracheids, and the cell wall become very thick and the passage of the transportation become very narrow. Because of the irregular deposition of the lignin, they looks like this. Somewhere it looks like a spiral, somewhere it looks like dotted, like this. So These are the cells which are present, which you can see in the xylem. These are the various tracheids present over here, and their structure are like this only because of the unlimited or irregular deposition of the lignin. Okay बच्चों, so I'm sending you the notes. Note down in your notebook and draw the diagrams. Prepare well all the diagrams and solve the worksheet also. So this is the end of the class. Okay बच्चे, bye.